Hello and welcome to Maker Chat, the show dedicated to helping you become a better map maker. I'm LuPG13, and in today's episode, we're going to take an in-depth look at bush design by going over the different types of bush designs and how to use them. Without further ado, let's get into it. Having bushes of varying sizes is a good idea when creating a map. Just like with structures, the size and number of bush patches will significantly affect what playstyle the map will end up having. A large number of bush patches, or large bush patches, paired with a lot of vertical cover from structures can be nice for tanks. Turnaround is a good example of this. All this grass on the far left and right side of the map is good for tanks to sneak up to the safe. The grass in the middle can also be used to sneak up to the enemy safe, but that's most likely where mid is going to be trying to take control of the map. Do keep in mind though, a ton of grass does not equal tank viability. Just look at Snake Prairie. The only somewhat viable tank on this map is Rosa, and that's because of her unfriendly bushes gadget. Ambush bushes, like the name implies, will be used for ambushing. These bushes usually help players push up the map unseen so that they can put themselves in an advantageous position against their enemy. This is usually achieved by allowing the player to flank their enemy or to get close enough to secure a kill. An example of this can be found on Bot Drop, where the sides of the map have a large vertical bush that can be used to flank your opponent without them seeing, or you can backdoor the Ike. Another way you could incorporate these bushes is by making bushes really hard to check. By making a lot of structures nearby, making the bush patch big, or both, you will make the bushes harder for longer range brawlers to check safely. Bush paths, like ambush bushes, can help players push up the map. Unlike ambush bushes, bush paths can go horizontal and vertical. These bushes are primarily used for pushing up the map, like on Spring Onions. On this map, all 3 lanes have bush paths. These bushes allow for players to push up the map unseen. If you don't have all your lanes covered, someone can sneak their way to your safe for some free damage. If you're looking to make a map for tanks, I recommend using this bush type. Control bushes are bush patches that, well, help teams control an area. These bushes are normally horizontal so players can swap lanes or heal without having to fall back. Having these bushes in modes like Gym Grab or Bounty can be a good way to help their already control-oriented gameplay. Maps like Hard Rock Mine and Layer Cake have good examples of control bushes. Say you're the left laner and you manage to push your way up the map to this bush right here. If you and your team manage to team wipe the other team, or even if you don't team wipe them, having control of this area right here will allow you to spawn trap them and maintain control of mid. Of course, control bushes can be used in any game mode, so don't restrict them to just Gym Grab and Bounty. The last bush type we will go over are somewhat less important subtypes of the previous. No matter what, your map will always have one or both of these types of bushes, unless your map has no grass at all. Covered bushes refer to any patch of grass that is touching solid cover. This includes wall tiles, secondary wall tiles, crates, barrels, or fence tiles. Water and rope fence don't count, as you can shoot over or through them to check bushes. Covered bushes can be used to reinforce the purpose of the structure that they are touching. For example, a horizontal wall with a horizontal bush can be used to hide and heal up after retreating. Uncovered bushes, on the other hand, are patches of grass that aren't touching structures. They just sit there and can be used to hide or reposition around the map. These bushes are usually easier to check than covered bushes, as players can't just duck and hide behind cover to avoid attacks. That said though, they can give players a false sense of safety if the player hiding inside the bush is able to dodge all their attacks. And with that, we've reached the end of yet another episode of Maker Chat. I'd like to thank Logan, Ellisimo, and Excalio, I pronounced your name right this time, for helping with the explanations, and I'd also like to thank Excalio again at Neo Update for proofreading and correcting the script. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button, and if you are new to the channel and like my content, consider subscribing for more content just like this. If you want to know more about making structures for your maps, here's the previous episode of Maker Chat, just in case you missed it.